Welcome back to DS Trucks. In today's video, we're going to be doing a long-term review on our 23 F-450 with the high output 6.7 power stroke. This is going to talk about the good and bad as we've reached 50,000 miles. So if you're in the market for one of these newer Super Duties, if you're trying to upgrade and get out of the previous model and into the newer one, this is a good video for you to watch, as this is a long-term review. If we've just rolled over 50,000 miles not too long ago. So the good and the bad will be in this video, and let's start with the bad. So all the things wrong, all the things bad with the truck. When you come over here to the rear on the driver's side, you can see that this taillight is full of water. This was pointed out to me by one of my guys. He's like, dude, that thing's full of water, and it constantly burns out the bottom bulb, and I'm sure it's not gonna be long before the top burns out too, but it just, for some reason, is filling up with water. Swing over here to the passenger side, and you can see that the taillight is completely warped compared to how the driver's side looks like it's full of water. This one is all bubbly, and it is probably from the exhaust. When you see the exhaust right here, the heat comes up and it seems like it is warping my taillight. So this one works good though. The bulbs don't have an issue or anything like that. And then over here at this one, the bulbs are always burning out because of that water. So that's kind of a con. It's probably something that's not an issue with the LED lights, but I think in order to get full LEDs in the rear, you've got to spend some money and get like platinum or something like that, because when they went to these models, they cheapened up a lot of things. This is a Lariat, but they took the LED out the Lariat. Although I still have LED reverse, I do not have LED tail, and they suck. They're junk. I don't understand why these lights are giving me so much headaches, but that would be a negative. Another negative would be the check engine light is on. We ran a code, and it seems like it's the NOx sensor, and that's very similar to an O2 sensor, but in the diesel it does a little bit of a different job. It should be that one there. From time to time it just doesn't read right. But if we take a look though while we're under here, we can see the situation with the rust. Now the body, the powder coat on these Fords, really good on the steel frame. The body is pretty flawless as far as rust. The aluminum that they use in the paint process with the aluminum is really good, and I've never seen any Fords with any issues with their aluminum. But you see this exhaust bolt, that's a problem. Good luck getting that off. But you can see the corrosion that's there on things that are not treated. You know, the exhaust. We salt with this truck, so this gets an extremely large amount of salt on it, and that's how the differential looks after a couple years of salting. This is how, you know, you can see it on the drive shaft that it's starting to rust. But all in all, it's decent under here. It's still a solid truck. You can see it on the welds on the frame. That's typical, but not everywhere. And I think it's really the welds that flex a lot, because there's a little rust on that weld, but the weld here along the side doesn't even have rust. So I'm willing to bet this weld sees a lot more pressure. But all in all, pretty impressed with the ability for this truck to resist the salt, and that's definitely a plus. Now, being that I wanted to talk about negatives, I'll talk about a huge negative right now, and that is the power steering system. For some reason, this truck always had a stiff steering wheel, but the power steering pump just whines, and it's getting worse now. I think the power steering pump is gonna end up going out on us. Our drag link on the front end does seem to be a little bit noisy. Nothing crazy. Like, I can't reach under here and I cannot tell anything is loose, but when you're driving you can feel it, and if you really rotate it or shake it, you can hear it. Got a torn boot there, so that's not cool. But nonetheless, I think some front end work is gonna be needed in order to really get the type of feel that I like to have. Let's take a look here. The fasteners that hold those hub bearings look good. I know that can be an issue. The fasteners for the hub bearings go out, then that's not not cool at all. Our universals in the front look pretty solid, despite plowing snow and salting. But, as far as cons, there's not that many. I mean, yeah, the tail lights, having their issues. The check engine light. When we look at the interior, what I can tell you with the way that I use the truck, I am seeing wear in some places. When you look real close here at the steering wheel, you can see that the buttons are showing through some plastic. The black paint is wearing off on some of the buttons that I usually press a lot. But the ones that I don't press a whole bunch seem to be good. And I thought maybe this was a quality issue, but really, honestly, it's probably just because I'm in here so much. The skip button for the music is a huge one. That's just showing wear. And I've seen this same steering wheel in Expeditions and other vehicles, and it's not showing this wear like this. So this is probably just an extreme case situation where I'm just, for whatever reason, I'm pressing more buttons and it's causing it to look bad. But other than that, I mean, different touch points are showing their age. So some materials could be a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I'm more happy that this truck continues to run. Like, despite having 50,000 miles on it, it's had no breakdowns. It's never shut off. It's never did anything like that. All we do is put fuel in it. We grease it from time to time. We change the oil. If I do like extended oil drains on it, it doesn't have good oil analysis. But if I just change the oil at like 5,000 miles, or the oil light. So that's another thing. The oil light indicator does not work on this vehicle. Every time I get in here, turn the music off. Every time that I get in the truck, start it up, it tells me that I need to change the oil. And if I reset it, it comes back on the next day. And one of the things, if you can, on one of these trucks, is don't turn on the automatic updates if you can avoid it. Don't let them update the vehicle over the air, because they update this thing over the air and it messes stuff up. So all in all, though, aside from that little bit of complaints, I guess, with the interior, with the buttons, the rest of the interior does hold up well. People have put their feet over here. This trim can get scratched easily. This trim right here can be scratched kind of easily. But the seats are good. They're not tore up. They're holding up. The back seat, I get a lot of compliments from guys that sit in the back, because they have like heated seats on the butt and on the back. That's a huge improvement, that when you heat your body, you heat your back and butt. So that's nice. The Pro Power has been good, although it's not as powerful as they say. So don't, be thinking, man, I gotta have that Pro Power. It's just okay. I mean, if you still get the 200, if you don't have Pro Power, but you still get the power outlets, the 400 watt isn't that bad. I mean, this does power better, but it's not really a full. It's not as powerful as your household plug. It could be better. But nonetheless, we use it. I'd rather almost have the bigger alternator versus just having the Pro Power. So the built-in alternator, the dual alternator, the Pro Power deletes the dual alternator, which means you don't have as much on the 12-volt side. So for me, running plows and all these 12-volt applications, salt spreaders, stuff like that, creates a challenge. And I gotta have a talk with the guy, because he was supposed to clean up this truck bed. It don't look clean. But nonetheless, we are pretty happy with the truck. Like I say, 50K on it. Never, ever let me down. Still running, still going. Never broke down. No derating, anything like that. The emissions have been okay. You know, the filter, it's definitely filtering. I'm not. One thing about the emissions on this is it's nice, kind of, sometimes. Because if you ever run it indoors, it doesn't like stink up the shop, burn your eyes or anything like that. Whenever I've been around a deleted truck, it kind of burns my eyes a little bit when we're like working on them and they're inside and it has to run inside for a period. You can open a door or whatever, but like, I don't know what it is about a deleted truck indoors. It just hurts your lungs. That's the only positive that I can really say though about this emissions. Is it does seem pretty clean coming out of there if you ever stand by the exhaust. Although there is a chance that one day in the future I would, consider deleting this truck. But the deletes on these trucks cost a lot of money. It's a couple thousand. It's going to be over $2,000, maybe $3,000-$4,000 really at the end of the day to delete this. So that's really what's been holding me back. And it's illegal, so that's why I didn't do it, because it's illegal to delete, and you shouldn't do it either. But nonetheless, the emissions have been okay, although we do have a check engine light on for the emissions. So, the power steering would probably be my biggest issue with this, as I do think it's gonna go out. But I don't know if it's because I was plowing snow so much, carrying 1,000 pounds on the front and just working inside of parking lots and doing a lot of maneuvering. How much life did that take away from the power steering system? I don't know. But anyway, this is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. This is our 23 Lariat. Some of the things we've done, we've added some PowerPoints up here. You can see those are up above. We've done that strobing headlights, and there's plenty of videos of that, but I'm driving now so I can't show it. And we've got a dash camera that's hardwired in. That's kind of cool. That's all I can think about right now. Obviously, all the upfitting for the salters and the plows and all that we've done. We've wired our snow plows in so that the nice C-rings can still continue to illuminate with the plow on. Probably one of the few trucks on the road that do that, because the new wire harnesses for these plows turn off the C-rings and around the headlights. Well, we figured a way to wire it so that those C-rings can still be illuminated. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I got to get back to work. My name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Over.